Okay, welcome everyone. Today we'll be talking about the business environment. But unlike last time when we talked about the task environment and the other environment, other internal environment, today we're going to be talking about the political environment. Okay, now the political environment significantly affect or impact business enterprises through the leadership a nation or a country adopts. The political process shapes the laws that constrains or creates opportunity for organizations to either achieve their organizational goal or restrain them. Now, politics involves resolving conflict at state levels as well as affecting large populations in terms of how they exercise their various rights towards choosing who leads them. Now, the key concept in political environment to note is the government that is in existence, the type of political system that is in existence, the party system that is in existence, the electoral system that is being used. All these are key concepts that if the entrepreneur understands, it helps in shaping how he tweaks his business organization's priorities or objectives so that the political environment will not affect it negatively. Now, let's explain some of these key concepts in the political environment. And let's start by explaining what the government is. Government is the exercise of power through institutions like cabinets, parliaments to make decisions that impact society. The characteristics of government is one, governments are transient, simply means they last for a short time and they are impermanent. Of course, we know that the political environment in Nigeria permits that each office holder, especially at the president and the state level, will occupy office for 4 years, so it is relatively impermanent and lasts for a short time. Number two, governments have power reflecting the political system's approach to conflict resolution. Number three, governments are composed of individuals and or groups who temporarily control the state and enact laws for the benefits uh, of society. So, what are the types of political systems that may be adopted in a political environment? Um, One, we may have a system called the authoritarian system or the democratic system. The authoritarian system, these are political systems led by individuals or groups who monopolize decision making and they often restrict oppositions and public participations, which leads to totalitarian regimes. Of course, in this particular kind of system, there is no free discussion and electoral systems as may be applying in the next political system we want to talk about. The second political system is the democratic system. These are the political systems that resolve conflicts through discussions and representations, electoral systems, political systems, or party system, for example, and representative assemblies. Nigeria has the House of Assembly, the Senate, and these are key characteristics of a democratic system. Of course, some people have described the democratic system as a system, as a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Now, the electoral system is also a key concept that you must understand in a political environment. The electoral system helps to organize election. The electoral system ensures that representations and accountability are guaranteed. For example, we know that every House of Representative member or the Senate member has to do a certain term in that office for each term, a certain number of years for each term, and this is what we call the election. The election elects them into such offices, and that office has a term they will spend there. Now, the electoral system also has key features that helps to regulate election. We know elections happen 4 years, and there are off-season elections in Nigeria. Those states or local government or senatorial areas, senatorial zones that their elections have fallen or got no longer scheduled within the general elections. These are key features of electoral system: regular election, universal suffrage, basic freedoms to either exercise your right or be voted for, free media. An example is that the Nigerian elections uh, has a 4-year election cycle and a majority rule system. Now, every political system, every political environment that has an electoral system, of course, should have a party system, because that's the platform upon which candidates can contest election. So party system is a key concept in the political environment, and the party system facilitates political processes by presenting candidates for election. Now, multiple parties can contest election, and they compete in the elections, trying to influence policies through their manifestos. Now, we have the representative assembly. The representative assembly is another key concept in the political environment. Elected bodies make key decisions at various government levels, like we have the House of Representation, the Legislative House, which is like for us, we have the bicameral system, where we have the upper house and the lower house, as the case may be. So we also have federal systems that divide authorities, while unitary system centralized centralized authority at the center. So these are the representative assemblies in various systems as it applies to the political environment. Government also has branches. Government has branches, and we have the executive branch, the judiciary, and the legislative branch. Now, the executive branch simply carries out the decision making process for the state and implementation of such a decision. The executive branch is also bedeviled with the appointing political office holders and administrators at different state and ministry and departmental agency levels, while the branch judiciary simply applies and enforces laws. Judiciary is actually independent and protects citizens from state power, while the legislative simply are the body that is empowered with the function of lawmaking to ensure checks and balance. Of course, checks and balance are key concepts for you to note in in a government in understanding the government in a political environment. And checks and balances ensures that government branches operate independently. And when you have a bicameral legislature and federalism in place, checks and balances helps to promote scrutiny and consensus. Checks and balances also helps in social and economic checks, which involves non-state actors like businesses and associations. So, of course, we know that the political environment shaped by government structures, as we have explained now, and processes affect businesses. This is why every business or entrepreneur that wants to go into any business must understand the political environment. And understanding these dynamics within the political environment helps the business to navigate and influence their environment. Political systems and processes provide valuable insights into decision making and organizational influences. Okay, if you have learned from these videos, click the notification button. Please give it a thumbs up so that others can see it or will see it. Always remember to subscribe if you have not done so. Until next time, keep learning.